And now the exciting conclusion to Summer NAMM Podcast House, featuring the 40-watt podcast, the effects loop, and 60-cycle hum.
Welcome to 40
You're right.
Podcast.
This is Ryan. There's going to be like 4 people who actually watch this on Ryan's channel. That's going to actually bring up his whole average view time.
I mean, we're almost an hour in. If anybody's made it,
watches past
good night,
5
Corey.
minutes.
Good night. Everyone say good night, Corey.
Say it into your podcast device.
Good night,
Everyone at the same time. Good night, Corey.
He's gonna mark this and he's just gonna play it every time he goes to sleep at night. It's gonna be his yeah. All right, so let's move on. Where are we heading now?
I think we need to introduce our 2 new faces.
Oh, we've
at
got
the
our
table.
2 new people. So introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Ian. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be included.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ian's been awesome, except for whenever he took the keys to the house and we were locked out for a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of locked the guys out.
That was okay because it was a cool place
Is
outside.
right there, and we're gonna podcast for another hour or something.
Yeah.
All right, new goal. We have to get to the point where we're like slapping the wall. Laughing so hard.
I just want to put a microphone
gorillas
at
with
his door
shit.
so that he can
And
still
back
participate.
on track. Back
So
on track.
Ian's just happy to be here. Ian's a guitar player.
Yep.
Do you play other instruments, or is it mostly guitar?
Yeah, well, I picked up guitar in college, but I was primarily a trumpet player and a drummer before that.
Okay, nice.
Some other things here and there, but yeah.
We were talking the other night about the hobby that you picked up during COVID.
I don't.
Is this? You have already said penis, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that seal has been broken.
I want to get swapped out now.
Anyway, it was nice being here.
And hello,
Everyone say goodnight
and-
to Ian.
And cancel.
You still think this was a
I
good
see.
idea?
If you guys,
I invited you on this trip.
Yeah.
oh my
Thanks,
gosh,
Scott.
the only thing whiter than Ryan is Scott's knuckles right now.
Yeah, I have more to lose than any of you.
Oh my gosh, we lose 4 listeners, half of our base is gone. He loses 4. It's Tuesday.
I lose 4 and I get 16. It's a Hydra situation.
He's like, I'm too big to fail.
I've been trying to fail. They won't let me.
All those commenters you're playing sucks. You're like, I know, I'm trying to. You're like, then I've succeeded. All right, Brett. I said his name before he could say his name.
Surprise ruined.
Brett, what's your name?
Trev.
Tell us your name, Brett.
My name is Brett.
That's it. All right, thanks, Brett.
I'm Brett. That's
Brett's
it.
been a fan. Brett's been a friend of a lot of podcasts. He's been very supportive in the guitar community, especially when it comes to people who are very active on social media.
I do not resemble that remark at all.
Yeah. Brett's always been very supportive of a lot of people, and it's been. I think we all consider him a friend.
I don't know if you're trying to make me cry, but it sounds like you're sucking up to me a little bit.
Look, I was a dick earlier.
Cry.
Podcasters cry together.
I love you guys. I miss you. All right. Let's pull this in real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite thing from NAMM?
My favorite thing from NAMM, other than the people, because people are usually the number one thing that's like the best thing. Yeah.
You're not a
people. My favorite thing from NAMM was not a particular booth or a particular product, but it was meeting Patrick Sweeney. And if you never heard Patrick Sweeney, you should go check him out.
I met Billy Sheehan.
You did. I was there. It was fantastic.
Diaz ran to meet him.
Like
And it was worth it because he got a pick.
I did. I got a pick from a guy who doesn't give a pick.
You know what's the worst part? That's not even that funny.
It's not, but like I felt like you saw Diaz run and then he got a pick from a guy who doesn't use a pick. Like that's poetic right there. Two things that never happened. I'm sorry. That's enough self-defecating humor.
Defecating?
Yeah, it's where I shit on myself. Come on. That still works. I don't care what you say.
I'm really glad nobody's listening anymore at this point.
You know what? If you're
I don't
listening,
care anymore. That's what we're calling him from now on. Self-defecating humor.
because you shit on yourself. I mean, it's like
It works.
I mean, it's
It
legit.
works.
All right, that's that episode name.
That's the
Episode name. Self-defecating NAMM. All right.
So basically, Patrick Sweeney. That was my.
Yes.
He's a great. He's a really
crying.
cool dude.
Self-defecate in front of him.
Oh my gosh.
For 30 minutes. Yeah. I didn't know what else to do. That's
You
what
need more
happened.
fiber, dude.
Yeah, just so.
Have you tried that Activia stuff that Jamie Lee Curtis pushes?
Yeah, it works.
It does. It's great. Fantastic.
yeah.
This episode's brought to you by Activia.
What do you think Jamie Lee Curtis's bowel movements are like?
Regular.
And back on track.
Gwyneth
Ian.
Paltrow or Jamie Lee Curtis? Who do you think
Ian,
has better
what was-
bowel
movements?
movements?
What was
Jamie
your
Lee
favorite?
Curtis
No, I
hands
think
down.
No,
I'll
I
wait
think
on that.
Gwyneth Paltrow has better bowel movement.
I will turn this podcast around.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Ian,
Around or off?
Patrick
Those are the
Sweeney,
only
check him out.
options.
Good stuff.
Ian.
Ian, what was your favorite thing? What was your favorite thing about NAMM?
I'll say one that hasn't been said yet because I have a couple. But I really had a blast with the 2 Notes Cab X.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Two-Note
it
stuff
blew
is
me
fun.
away. I hadn't tried one before, and I play in churches a lot, and so I've converted to a fully direct rig. Like I've sold my amps. I live in an apartment, and have been rocking various forms of direct rigs since. And I mean, I've gotten used to the compromise, but that is not a compromise.
Nope. Game
That was
changer.
a ton of fun.
The Captor X.
Yeah, the Captor X.
I have one. It's a complete and utter game changer. I started buying big amps again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may have put a
it's-
reverb offer in like as soon as I tried one.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've been saying, I've been very comfortable with the gear that I've had for a while, and so I really expected to come here and drool over everything a lot more than I did. But it's a little disappointing that now I'm wanting something that I came in not wanting, which is
Right.
amps.
Yeah.
Like I was able to turn off that whole side of my brain with modelers and all that. I can have my pick of the litter with the compromise of it.
And the guitars that they had at the 2 Notes booth
Oh yeah,
were
I played
phenomenal.
Damn.
Yes.
Played a strat that will
was the
haunt.
the torpedoes their main thing, right? Isn't
Yeah. So
it?
the torpedo Captor.
The tortilla.
Didn't even
the
finish
two
it,
notes,
man.
the 2 Notes
Cracking us
tortilla.
up.
It's late. I've been drinking. Speaking of which, Ben, you got me covered. Thank you.
Oh, look, keep them going.
Yeah, it's just getting worse.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You never have a hangover if you don't stop drinking.
What do we got tomorrow? Church? Come on. You know,
I'm not drunk. I'm just drinking.
Yeah,
I'm not drunk. I'm just drank.
All right. So
that's past tense. I'm current tense.
going back to you two, worst thing or most ridiculous thing you saw at NAMM2.
You took mine, so I'm gonna have to think.
You've had quite a bit of time to prep since he stole yours.
I've been drinking.
We can't all have that excuse. Well,
Yes, we
do.
can.
I have not been drinking. Thank you. I'm disappointed.
I think the most ridiculous thing at NAMM was not Diaz. I was just kidding earlier.
I am pretty ridiculous.
I do love this guy. He's a good guy. But I don't know. I think NAMM was kind of its own most ridiculous thing. It's my first summer NAMM, so I was okay with the fact that it wasn't like packed full of stuff, and it was pretty chill. So I got to talk with a lot of buddies.
There's no NAMM police this year.
No NAMM police.
There was no noise to police.
They would have just stood by.
Cardboard cutouts of Blake
By
Wyman.
people who haven't been and don't know, like NAMM police means the people who work for NAMM who go around making sure the booths aren't being too loud. But there was no booths to be loud.
Right.
Yeah, I think the thimble slide guy, as far as my
Should've got arrested by
interaction,
the
was
damn police.
probably the most ridiculous thing.
Take
that I
mine
saw.
twice. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
It was
It is
that
what it is.
ridiculous.
If anyone's curious, Ian might be selling his. So
Yeah. Well, I figured I'll give it a try, and it wasn't that expensive, but it could have been a name.
How
I'm
much
not
was
gonna
it?
try. I paid $20 for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm willing to to try something new.
You know they have slides for free at the park.
You are so proud of yourself right now.
That was so good. It made someone take the Lord's name in vain. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, so admittedly, I think the guy. Admittedly, I think half the genius of this guy, though, was not having guitars at his booth to try them. Because that was happening. I was like, I'm just curious, and it's $20.
I legitimately think he sold more by not letting you try it.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah,
Because we don't go, this sucks now.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, almost immediately, I put it on.
It's like you can have this cool slide, or you can have the mystery box. He's like, yeah, slide's a slide, but the mystery box can be anything. It can be a slide.
You open up the mystery box. It's like his
It's the
lunch.
rest of it.
It's the rest of his lunch. It's like half a peanut butter sandwich in a plastic baggie.
Oh my gosh, like a couple like Fritos. Just
Oh my gosh.
There's a live spider in there.
Jeez. But yeah, I'd say other than that, if I wouldn't say the thimble slide, it did strike me kind of weird that. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about naming specific brands, but I was recommended a brand of in-ears and went up to try them at their booth, and they didn't have a display set up. They weren't even ready really to see people, that they were just here for meetings. And, someone who was
Fur?
interested...
No, Fur had stuff out.
You can name names.
It was West Tone. And,
okay.
yeah, so I know a couple of people who have them and was looking forward to trying them out. And it was just weird. I mean, I ended up getting to try a pair, but they were very clearly just like frazzled and
Not ready.
not expecting to see people. They told us like we're here for meetings. They didn't have a display set up. They just sort of had a bunch of like
It was cheaper to
half
buy the
coiled
booth
up.
than it was to buy the tickets.
That's exactly it.
right.
That's probably
So
what happened.
Yeah.
this just struck me as odd. I won't say anything about the products, of course, but it just was a weird experience as a potential.
You can't say anything about the products because you didn't get to try them.
Right. Well, that's
They weren't
half the
there.
half the
But I'll say
point.
another a notable thing that was pretty cool was the Copper Sound booth, where they had the history of building the triple graph. If you don't know what the triple graph is,
Yeah, they
it's
put a
the Jack
lot of
White.
engineering into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Jack White
It
pedal.
was
It's
great,
octave
yeah.
up, octave down, and kill switch loop in the middle. And
It's like a
They were the ones who had
multifunction
the
in the
display
middle.
of the progress of it over time,
the
right?
entire 4-year progress
was
that they went
great.
through. It was really cool. I mean, to be able to see the history, especially for the people like I'm a huge fan, and it was really interesting to be able to see that. I thought that was one of the cooler pedal displays because they had it where you could play it, but like I didn't even plug in and play any of their pedals because it was so cool to see everything there.
I would say the thing that I was felt most empty from NAMM this year wasn't the absence of like Gibson and Fender. I actually kind of enjoyed that and being able to like look at Revler and do a little bit more, looking at Tajima.
Grant Karen's booth.
Yeah. But the pedal showing was fairly weak this year.
Well, not having
Very
the
weak.
boutique
In terms-
showcase
but-
was big.
Yeah.
There's that, and then also just there weren't really a lot of pedal releases.
No, yeah.
No.
There weren't a ton of killer pedals where I was like, I'm walking away with a wish list in my head. There's two things I want to try outside the floor, like the IK Multimedia's
Yeah.
adaptation of all their amplitude
Those look
stuff.
cool.
And-
Very interesting. Yeah.
because the stereo reverb MIDI controllable market has like 3 products total.
Here's kind of my issue with that pedal. I'm gonna say something because everyone's like, I had people who were like texting me. They're like, tell me, I wish that do they have algorithms that are upgraded from the amplitude
They're
stuff?
scaling them up to run at 192.
Okay,
So-
but are they? I mean, because honestly, I'm not saying it in a negative way, and also a lot of amplitude stuff was played like through like an iRig or something like that. A
Yeah.
lot of us, and like the quality wasn't there, and what I heard when I played there wasn't great. Once again, this is with the asterisk. It was on the floor, and there's other noise, and these people they're not putting out noise canceling like amazing headphones because it's not realistic. Like you shouldn't do that. But so that's like really tough to get a good sound quality of it. But
So
they
I
looked
grabbed,
amazing.
I
They
grabbed
look
their
amazing.
preset. The preset I didn't love, and then I started tweaking it, and I was
Yeah.
able to dial in something really good really quickly.
Right. Okay.
But again, NAMM floor headphones.
Yeah.
And so the thing is always like, this looks really cool, but I have to try it somewhere else.
Yep.
It looks really cool, but I think honestly, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be guilty of having a preconceived notion because of the poor quality that I had before using
Running it on your iPhone with an iRig.
iPhone with
Yeah.
the iRig or with
Which
my
is the
Sonic
best
board.
way to do it.
I mean,
Sometimes it's hard for a company to overcome those kind of early beginnings when they made a product. It was just great to get it out there, and it wasn't like a great product.
We've lost Ryan on his phone completely at this point.
So, can I tell him what just happened?
Yeah.
All right, so Ryan shows me he just got a message
On Instagram.
From Fishing Waves. It says, "Hey there, we're looking for fishing lovers to be our brand ambassador and get featured on our social media. Get 3 free products. For more details, DM Fishing Waves. This is a limited time offer."
Should I do it?
Let's talk about.
I think you need to hold out for that Bontrager
what about?
sponsorship.
Do we know anything about fish penises?
Sorry, is that too deep of a
And
have a
back
Chloe
on
cup.
topic.
Well,
back on
for
top.
some, maybe.
Listen, everyone else got to
No.
bring it up. I was doing it once.
I've called them on it too.
That's because I posted a picture of Grant Wilson's bass amp that has 3 EQ knobs that are all labeled
Bass.
No,
Bass,
but their algorithm
bass.
saw it as bass.
Yeah.
Or I did every hashtag that included bass. So now I'm getting spammed by bass people. Bass people.
Bass people. Bass fishing.
All right, well, you're starting the topic. Now, the other fun part, and since we all basically did NAMM for maybe a day and a half,
Yeah.
and we've been here 3-4 days. Nashville as a whole, the Strip, everything we get to do, check out stores, network with people, go to some more private get-togethers of friends that we have in the industry.
This is the first summer. This is my third summer NAMM, but this is the first summer NAMM where I've been able to get out and actually enjoy Nashville and go see shops and stuff like that and spend more time with people and spend time outside of NAMM. And I gotta say, I think that's the best part of this summer NAMM is that there wasn't enough there to keep me busy for 3 days. And it forced me to go have fun in the city, and the city's radical.
Yeah.
The city's
Ditto.
radical.
So so we were talking earlier about me and Corey went out, and I've never gone, not like that. Oh, you were just coughing. Okay,
You guys are going out? I didn't know you were going out.
So
Who paid for dinner? Just curious.
These are gay jokes.
Corey-
We're making jokes about them being lovers.
Listen, I've been trying to pay for stuff all week, and
You
like
just-
people won't. I mean, listen. So
He went to bed and you outed him. Is that what just happened?
Yes, that's 100%.
Not that there's
I'm waiting for the
anything
door
wrong
to
with that.
No, it's just
I'm totally supportive.
All right, but all right. So we went down on Broadway, and I've never been Broadway on night. I've never done that. It's really not my scene. I'm not a big like bar hopper like a lot of people. But we went and we found this bar.
Are you
that-
alluding to one of us as the big bar people?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, if you're going on Broadway, usually people who go there are people who are like looking for that big experience, and I'm not one of those people. So we found a bar that wasn't crowded, a great band playing and everything, and that was just a lot of fun. It was cool to have the time to be able to experience that, because normally when there's a lot of people here, there's after hours stuff that extends NAMM kind of like everyone says that they're going to just. Oh, sorry. There was a distraction. Everyone.
It's like the dead silence.
Could we?
Was my AA sponsor
Hey,
calling?
could we have a producer remove the distraction, please?
Yeah. Sir. But yeah,
Ben, can you please remove yourself?
not like that. All right. So, but it was a lot of fun because usually like the East Side Music Hang. And that kind of like everyone's still hanging out, but you end up just talking about NAMM stuff anyways, even if you're just discussing it, and that's somewhat draining for me personally. It is. So it was really nice to be able to go do stuff and not feel like NAMM was extended into the after hours, and be able to just do Nashville. That was really cool for me.
It also kind of helped that. So we had fun, and we went over to the Equits household, and we got to see my guitar being built, and they get to see their new home because they moved to Nashville this
Oh my
year.
gosh!
Yeah.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about the food at the Equits?
Oh my
That
gosh.
was-
Yeah.
I was
Kevin,
gonna
off
say
the
that
hook.
was
If you
my
can
best.
have Kevin
Off the hook.
Equits
My
make
best
you
part.
barbecue, do it. Oh wait, hold on. Shout out to Co Schneider for the potatoes. Amazing. Thank
Shout
you.
out,
Yep.
Yes.
shout out to Mrs. Equits.
Oh,
Yes.
Her name's Heather.
Heather's
Heather.
Equits.
Is phenomenal.
She had these Ziploc baggies full of what looked like unpackaged drumstick ice cream cones. I was like, what is going on here? She made it, what from
I
the
missed
outside
that.
looked like commercial drumstick ice cream cones.
Oh, yeah.
Full of
They were incredible.
homemade bourbon
Bourbon
ice
ice
cream.
She made those? I didn't
made
realize
them.
she
Yeah,
made
she
those.
made those.
Oh, those
Made
are phenomenal.
those.
Yeah, that
And
was
she,
great.
oh my gosh.
Like we drool over Kevin and his guitars, but Heather is the best part of that family.
But like,
She's
Heather
getting it
does
done.
literally
amazing
the
on
better
every
half.
front.
Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah.
We
but
love
like
you.
Kevin's
Better
ribs,
half.
Kevin's ribs.
Fantastic.
Oh, they were great.
Phenomenal, dude. he
Co's
did-
potatoes.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jamie Davis, who's a friend of all of ours, who is going through some stuff. So we love you, and we really wish you could have been here. But we got a little bit of Jamie Davis because Kevin used the 3-2-1 method that Jamie taught him about on
nice.
the ribs. So you do
okay.
what was it? 3 hours exposed, 2 hours wrapped, 1 hour exposed, and you got beautiful ribs.
They were they were
I
fantastic.
mean, like whenever he had
Really
to go
good.
put one back on the grill. The
Oh, that's your
beeping.
GoPro.
Oh, yep.
Sorry, another distraction. Can we remove that distraction?
It's
as well?
removed.
It's removed
It
itself.
removed itself.
It just died.
GoPro suicide. Oh gosh.
removed
It's been tough times for the GoPro.
Just
You
hang
know,
in there, bud.
it's
It's not your fault.
So we had good food. We had
Yeah.
a good hang.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And then Frank, a jam broke out upstairs,
Oh, man.
and everyone took turns kind of playing and subbing in, which was just fun.
And it was getting a
Jonathan
little bit
Fellows
too
brought his
crowded
stuff.
up there. And, you know, we were getting a little late. And so I broke it up by playing myself. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here.
But, so for a
my
little while,
gosh.
I was having it was just a little too loud, so I went downstairs. And then it's like me, Brett, just solving all the world's problems with Heather Equits.
Yes.
Which is part of the true NAMM experience.
Yes.
is-
Oh, totally.
She brings it all down and just simplifies it, and then you just walk away going, "Wow."
yeah.
Yeah.
She just solved something in my life for me. And then
Yeah,
it-
like she really and the great thing about the Equits family are they're two people who genuinely care.
yeah,
Like
wonderful.
if you talk
Yeah.
to them about something, you like afterwards you feel just so much better. Like I feel like Heather should just be a therapist. Like imagine she was like a guitar podcaster therapist.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be great. You just call her and tell her about stuff.
She would be
I
the
think we
best.
have a new Patreon segment.
We're gonna
that
have
showing
to-
up.
There you go.
Yeah.
For $25 a month.
We're going to have to bleep out her name so that people don't stalk her on Facebook.
She has a photography company. She does a photography
Yeah.
thing. She does a really
She's-
good. So
she's there.
if you
Yeah.
are gonna like check stuff out, she does amazing photography.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
the
Big
point of that topic was we were downstairs and we could hear everyone playing.
Yes, yes.
Brett and I would just go, "That's Ryan."
Yeah.
Because
Wait,
it was out of tune.
that's Philip.
Oh, Clifton's playing now.
Yep.
Like, we
yeah.
could just
Oh my
tell who
gosh.
was playing. It was
Yeah.
it was fun
Oh,
because
for
like
sure.
everyone.
So
had such
many of you
different
guys are
voices.
just beasts. Just beasts of players.
The only thing I couldn't figure out who was doing what was when the drums were going. I'm like, well, I think that was Ryan. Cool.
It was Ian for a bit too.
And then
Yep,
yeah,
it was
and
me
I
for
didn't
a bit.
know that. So
It was John Mayer. It was Ian.
On the drums, though.
on the drums.
No,
Well,
yeah,
you
he played
know-
some drums for us.
You know,
Yeah.
well, John Myers plays drums. So,
But John Mayo is the best.
Good old Jardinera.
So we had that, and
Steve Jordan.
the other part I would say about a lot of these hangs was fun was the fact that a lot of the regulars didn't go to the show, so that was our only opportunity
Right.
to see them.
Yeah.
So like by going over to Grant and Karen's, that was the only time we really got to see them.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only time we got to see AWOL, and
Yeah.
we got to see.
Man, that was crazy too, because I remember you recommended an AWOL pedal to me
Yes.
a while back,
Oh, I've
and
gotta
I was
talk
looking
to
into
AWOL.
it for my rig. But yeah, we were at Grant's, and I was talking with Aaron for like 20 minutes maybe, and we realized, wait a minute, we went to the same high school. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wait a minute, we're already Facebook friends. Somehow we've already known each other.
Wait a minute. We dated the same girl.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
That was you at that party?
Right.
No,
Whoa,
but
that kid does look more like you than me. So I think
Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. We're the same blood type?
No, but there was a lot of people that were at that hang. Like, you know,
retroactive pedals.
Retroactive Pedals was at that
Yep.
hang.
Yeah.
That
Tech,
was pretty cool.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mythos pedals.
Rutech, yeah,
Mythos, yeah. Zach was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Like you said, that's a time when we got to talk to some of these people, and that was I think a benefit too, was because it was stress free.
I was really excited to meet Jason Mays from the Working Class Music
Working class.
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Like they've got a really rad YouTube channel.
Oh, and Emily Harris.
Yeah, she was
Get
there.
off
It's
set.
great
She
hanging
was
with
there.
Emily.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
They're a ton of
Emily.
cool folks.
Yeah.
It was a really good hang.
It was
for those of you who didn't catch that, Scott just went full ninja and grabbed a fly out of the air.
It was a mosquito. They're slower.
And then he put it.
That was not a mosquito.
Was it not a mosquito?
It was a southern fly. It's a little
Oh.
slower. Don't worry. I'm from the South. No one get upset about that.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Listen, if you could, I swear, if those listeners could read, they'd be so upset right now. All right, but
Okay, so we also hit up a bunch of guitar stores. So
Yeah.
we want to just run through all of them?
let's
as
talk
a
about the
store?
Gibson Garage first.
Well,
Okay.
let's recount our adventure.
Yeah.
Because we broke off yesterday on Friday, went on our own adventure. I had a booked appointment at Carter's to go film there.
Yep.
Which was a blast. I filmed 4 videos there. On the last video, we were doing this thing that I'd done with Emily too, where I was having her just bring me stuff, and by the time she would put a guitar in my hands, and then she'd run back out to the main room, and I would try to play it and have a first impressions, and by the time she got back with a new guitar, then I would swap it out. So we were doing that for my 4th video, and then I was like, you know what, you play this, I'm gonna run out and find a guitar, and as I do that, I run out of the room. I'm running to get him a guitar. I run into Marty Schwartz.
Yeah.
Your new best friend.
He lives in San Diego. He lives in the same city as me.
I didn't see him there. Would be the most recognizable person.
And I'm running by
Kind
him.
of looks like every dude at NAMM, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running by him and I'm like,
Did he wear a hat?
oh, hey,
Yeah.
Marty. And I acted like we'd been friends before. And so he did the thing where he's like, oh, hey. And I was like, I'm a YouTuber too. I'm 60 cycle humming too. Oh, okay. And he was acting like he knew what that meant. And I was like, I'm filming right now. Come be on this video with me. I'm going to grab something. He's like, oh, yeah. I mean, because, YouTubers, we can't resist a camera.
And he's still a nice guy.
He's super nice guy. He came in and played a Fender Bullet with us. And he hung out and chatted for a long time. And then after the video was done, we were hanging out chatting for like a really long time.
Yeah, it was a while.
And as he needed to leave, I started to very loudly threaten him with friendship.
I'm gonna friend you so hard.
Like very aggressive friendship. Marty, you're coming to my house. I'm making you dinner. Marty, we're gonna be friends. And he's like walking out the door. Like,
Ryan's like, do you like barbecue?
He's like-
and Marty's like, I like all of the alphabet.
He's googling how fast can you get a restraining order.
It was like a scene from Dinner with Schmucks, really.
yeah.
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely
and after
great.
he left, I looked at everyone who was left standing around. I was like, I just threatened Marty Schwartz.
With
Nailed
witnesses.
It was great. No, it was absolutely
Another
great.
fun moment for me at that is that there was a guy standing around who was a fan of me, and then he seemed like he knew who Marty was. He was a.
Did you get his number from that guy? Like,
No, he recognized both
is he
of
going to say
us.
something nice about you? Try to set up time where you're both there so you can hang out again?
He recognized both of us, even me, and I was talking to him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, are you in town for NAMM?" And he was like, "I actually didn't know NAMM was happening, and I don't have a ticket. I had my badge in my bag." I was like, "Do you want to go to NAMM?" He's like, "Yeah, I might have time. I could have time to go if like I had a ticket." I was like, "Go into my backpack," because I was wearing it. Open the top flap. Take my badge, because I was done. I wasn't going back. So he took my badge that said Ryan Burke 60 cycle hum on it, and I had my sticker in there facing on the back side of it, and it was like, go try to work out some pedal deals.
And we still
And
don't know if he went.
As far as I know, he went, and he probably worked out a deal with someone and got pedals.
God, that's awesome.
And I'm gonna get angry emails like, "Hey, when are you gonna demo this?"
So yeah, we leave there though. We leave Carter, and I'm a huge Gibson fan. Those that have listened to my podcast, all like, well, there's more of you than I make fun. But we
This guy's gonna
decided
be the biggest dude here in like a year. He's gonna have the hugest.
not a
Yep.
chance. But we're gonna hang out with some cool people. So we go over to Gibson Garage. We're like, we're gonna go check this out. We're running out of time because we ran long at Carter.
Right.
And we're trying to get over to Fannies to go to do some filming at Fannies House Music.
And
which
like
is-
some backstory, I did a video like 2 days before coming to NAMM where I was like, I don't think Gibson Garage is worth it.
You sure did. And so we walk into Gibson Garage and we're going to look around. We're going to be like 10 minutes, get a little quick phone footage, and then we're going to head out. We walk in and Mark Agnesi makes a beeline for me, looks me in the face and says, "Did you drag him here?" And it was great.
As a
So-
matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, I did. So
Well, I knew that you love Gibson, and I was like, we've got to do it. You're
Yeah.
palling around with me. You're driving me around because I don't have a car. He's driving me around his shops all day so I can film stuff.
So we wander around. We look at, and they've got a really cool display there. At any
I was
given time,
honestly impressed.
and
Yeah.
any time
Wow,
they've
that's great.
I think they told us got like 430 guitars, something like that, at any given time, fully stocked. There's like like
There's at
100.
least 100 some on the
And it was,
floor.
it was
Yeah.
the crazy thing
There's
was
100 and like
On the carousel,
30
yeah.
something, 180 something on.
My favorite thing with Mark was telling us about how the first time they put a guitar on the carousel.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, we put like 3 guitars up there, and we had no idea if they were gonna have full clearance of every obstacle. And so we put 3 guitars up there, and they were Gibsons. We put like an ES335 and a Flying V,
Yep.
and like a Les Paul. And we just like watched them go around like 4 or 5 times, making sure they didn't hit anything.
so
They would have gone straight to the Murphy lab if they had.
Yeah.
That's part of the aging process.
Right.
well, it's crazy. I was really expecting like the prices to be jacked up there too.
Yeah, no,
And
they
that was
were.
the thing.
Well,
They
did you
were-
check out the shirts?
Well,
Yeah. When I went to go buy a hat, it was $38.
$170 like a hoodie.
Oh yeah.
But no,
but
honestly,
the guitars.
I mean, that place is. I mean, not to be too cynical, I think that place is really designed to sell T-shirts. But it's cool that they have so
'cause
many
it's a
guitars
tourist-
available
it's
to
a
actually
tourist
pick up and play.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is about that I liked about there was the different sections. They had a really good displaying of all of the Gibson
Everything.
brands, including Mesa.
Yeah.
And they had all this cool stuff. And Aljon was there, which if you guys haven't met Aljon, he really I kind of focuses more on the Epiphone stuff
Yeah.
and all that.
We met him.
Phenomenal guy. On your back.
Oh, we're drinking buddies now.
So yeah, we were hanging out, and we're wandering around, and Mark Agnesi says, I'm doing a thing. I'm gonna, if you want to come back, or if
Is that why Aljon had to leave me? Was to go hang out with you guys?
probably.
He told us that he was done with you.
Yeah, he said he was done.
Did you remind him
So-
that our Gibson video got like 6,000 views?
Oh, you mean like the same amount of views he gets in like 5 minutes?
He can just cook pancakes and it gets that many.
Yeah,
views.
he has a thing called 60 cycle fucking yum.
Whoa, there's
full
an extra
title.
word in there.
No.
Is that the explicit version?
He uses.
Hey guys, check out my OnlyFans 60 cycle fucking.
There's no.
Ryan, you have 12 hours to claim that before they go live.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get this. Hey, how much would you pay for? Because I'm about to get it real quick.
So for real though, that experience was really cool. So we wander around. Mark comes
Stealing
back.
friends. I got it.
There was another person who worked there at the Gibson Garage who recognized Ryan's also a big surf guitar fan. So they bonded over surf guitar, and then he started showing us how they do the custom shop. They've got you go over to the corner and they have they pull out the different finishes. They show you what they can look like. You can choose the wood you want for the top of your guitar.
I thought the most fun part and the most practical part is, we're talking about the custom shop area where you're going to pay $6,000-$7,000 starting off.
Right. Yeah.
Starting off. The funnest, the most practical part was they have a drawer full of examples of all their neck shapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to drop that money on a custom
fantastic.
guitar, no matter where you are in the U.S., fly in.
Fly in.
in.
Try every neck they make.
Try every neck.
Pick the top for your guitar.
Yeah. Like that makes sense,
Make that an entire experience, and that's really cool that they've created that.
I mean, that is
entire
almost like
experience.
a landing place for that. I mean, I compared it to a car dealership.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like some of the higher end cars, you have that kind of
Yes.
experience. You come in
Ryan's
the
knee
dealership.
just touched mine.
They go through.
That wasn't my knee.
You can get all those kind of different options. So. I'm going to keep this on the road right here.
I missed something somewhere.
They're playing footsie over on the side of the table.
So Big Johnson's.
But anyways,
I will also say another fun experience we had at
wait, we're not done with our
at the
story.
Gibson-
No,
at
we're
the
still
Gibson-
there.
Story's not done. I derailed it so far.
We haven't hit the good part yet. So we wander around and we're like, oh well, Mark's busy.
you get to it,
We need
please?
to go. So we're gonna get ready to go. So we start to head to the door and Mark cuts us off. It's like, you got 10 minutes? I'm like, okay. But Brian's
He
like,
meant
okay,
45.
maybe an hour longer.
an hour.
So he's like, yeah, come on.
10
so
Nashville minutes.
So we check out the whole history of Orville Gibson, and then he takes us in this curtained off area, where he's got to put in a code to go through a door.
Right.
And then
Scans his eyeball.
so we go in this artist relations
Checks his leather
lounge.
jacket.
There's a full kitchen, a wet bar, guitars
He had
all
a wet
along
bar
the wall.
and a dry bar and a sorted
Whoa.
damp. And a sorted
I have
damp
a 5 bar.
I usually like a wet, dry, wet bar.
Throwback.
But
So we hang out back there, and then he's like, "Oh, well, come on, let me show you this." And he pulls out a card out of his wallet, puts it up to a bookshelf, and the bookshelf opens,
Yeah.
And in there are these case.
Batman and Robin suits. And him and Jason.
He's like, I'm Batman.
This is what we really do at Gibson after hours.
No, but so
I'm sorry, Mark.
So we go in there, and they've got these
love
framed cases for all these guitars. They've got a 59 burst. They've got an original Black Beauty. They've got
Got an original Carina Flying V.
58 Carina Flying V.
They've got the original Edge. He's just standing back there.
So Mark just
Help!
he's got their new guitars that they're launching. They had some Carina. They had some extra Brazilian rosewood, and they made some reissue Murphy Labs of the Carina V and the Carina Explorer. And hand them to us like me and Ryan are sitting there playing these guitars. And
Took them home.
Yeah, so the Flying V is $20,000.
Oh my gosh.
And then he looks at me and says like, and the Explorer's $30,000.
Those were the new ones.
Yeah, but you can only get the Explorer if you get the V2.
Yeah, you have to buy
you gotta
them as a
buy
pair.
$50,000.
$50,000 later.
They're
And
doing the
either-
Ferrari model now,
they're
where you only get to buy
already-
the high-end one if you buy like.
Yeah,
He's
they're
saying
already
Ferraris.
claimed.
Yeah.
They're already sold out. You can't buy them. They're
Yeah.
already sold.
And then
Wow.
and then he proceeds to start opening the cases and handing us 59 Les Pauls and Black Beauties.
He's like, yeah,
and-
this one's worth $600,000.
yeah.
And he handed it to me. Like, I have a video.
You know what? It's probably a smart move. I did not go back there.
I have,
just saying.
I have a video of me dropping a guitar and dinging it. And
Too bad you weren't
It's okay. It would have
stretchy
just been
pants,
it would have just been one more.
It's already
but-
relics. Like, you're good.
But then like another Gibson guy walks in with the case and says, "Hey, I want to store this in here." And like, okay. And then Mark walks over to as soon as he closes the door, said, "Y'all got to see this." And it's a Pelham Blue Trini Lopez.
Like an
I'm
original.
like original. Like I was like, it was the most like mind blowing like Gibson day of my life.
I was having fun, but I could tell he was having a spiritual experience.
I was. It was. I had played a burst before, and earlier at Carter, I'd played a 60 Les Paul burst, and but like here's another burst, and here's like every historic Gibson.
It's what it's based on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is like the origin story. Like,
Yeah, and it was the most insane. Like as a Gibson fan who's also pretty critical of some decisions Gibson makes.
Sure.
That was like one of the coolest experiences to play those guitars.
Did they win you back?
Well, they had never completely lost.
It was
me, so-
interesting to me to hold that burst and fiddle around with it a little bit and feel the neck and be like, I mean, it feels like every Les Paul I've ever played.
Yeah.
But that says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Means
You know?
that Les Paul, it means that Gibson has been.
They've been consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been consistent. Like, it's the same vibe. Something I was having a lot of fun with is just messing with the wiggle sticks.
Oh my god.
like he hands. What guitar did he hand me?
It
They
was
had
the SG the original SG that had the the
Maestro?
original Les Paul
Yeah,
that
no,
had
it
the
was one that
vibrola
had the
sideways.
Bixby. I forget
Yeah.
which model had the Bixby on it.
Oh, that was the Black Beauty.
The Black Beauty had a Bixby on it. I was like, oh man, this is a really good Bixby, and they don't make them this way. And like Mark and I were talking about how Bixbys aren't great, and they can't do anything about it because Bixby's not a Gibson brand.
It's a
and-
Fender brand, isn't
yeah.
it?
And to be honest,
Hey Mark, can you guys just buy Bigsby so you can fix
no,
it?
to be honest, as
already
you know,
been
a
fixed.
wiggle stick boy, a wiggle stick fan, it
called
is
a
really
goater.
hard to find good Bixbys.
Yeah.
Like there's always set up like funky. The spring's always weird. There's always something a little bit weird about them, and they can function really nice if you set up the guitar right around them. But you know they can feel off.
Yeah.
A newer Bixby can feel really off. So that was really fun. And then I got to play what was the Sister Rosetta Thorpe
the
style SG
Les
with
Paul
that
custom, yeah.
really weird
Sideway.
vibrato
It's,
thing.
it's called a sideway.
Vibrola,
Where
yeah.
I've never messed with one before, and you pull it towards the
Yeah.
strings, and it's a totally different experience. I was just like kind of blown away, like examining it, looking at it, and like playing around with it and stuff. So those sorts of experiences were really
And
fun.
those
for
are
me.
and those Vibrola systems are gorgeous.
Oh
They're
yeah.
beautiful.
Like-
they're like jewelry, but
Right.
They're just not very functional.
it's not. It wasn't very practical, but like I had a really great time exploring it and having that experience with a piece of gear that I've never explored before. So I was like more interested in these pieces of hardware on the guitars than these historic guitars that are worth more than my entire being.
Yeah.
You know?
And so towards the end of the experience, and we've been there way longer than we ever intended, We sit down with Mark. We're talking. He pours us
They
a
still
drink.
have not finished their story.
No, this story's still going.
Mark pours
this-
his
Scott's
drink.
just trying to
So this
tell.
is where Aljon abandoned you to come talk to us and came into the back.
I don't want to talk to
and
Aljon anymore.
comes over and talks to Ryan.
Yeah, he shakes my hand and he's like, "Oh, hey, Mark's like, oh, this is the guy who heads up Epiphone." And I look him in the eye as we're shaking hands. I'm like, "I'm sorry what I did for the SL." And it's humbling to me every time this happens. But he was like, we got a kick out of watching you throw it off the bridge. Like, he'd seen.
He watched it. He knew
watched it. Like, I feel like I don't.
He watched it.
I shouldn't be on the map for these people, but it's
Yeah.
weird to me that I am. But then, he is really cool and really humble about it. And he's like, we've all learned a lot since the SL.
Yeah.
And JC came and talked to us too, like for just a
Yeah,
few minutes.
JC
And
was there for
it was
a
just a
minute.
cool experience. They
And
were
like your neighbor apparently was in there.
Oh yeah, like there's a guy who lives in Mississippi. I won't give away where he lives,
Right.
but
A rich dude with lots of cool stuff.
he's got some killer guitars. Like he's got the Paul Kossoff 59 Burst, and like he's got some other incredible pieces that are just absolutely killer guitars. I've known him through Instagram, but this is the first time I've actually like met him face to face. So
I've got one more story from this, and then we'll let you guys talk. We'll stop talking about how we're best friends with everyone at Gibson now. So, Mark is doing it. He's probably done this tour 100 times.
Yeah.
Those
That
2
day,
days.
yeah.
And he broke away from his pitch for like a couple minutes with me after he gave us drinks and we sat down and we were talking. And he there's a little kitchenette area, and he like turns and looks to the corner, and he looks at me like, "Do you know how hard it was for me to find a gold trash can?" And like the kitchenette is themed like gray with gold hardware and stuff like that. And there's just this trash can that's like got like a gold finish on it. He's like, "I was searching all over. I was looking at this place in Dubai that was going to charge like $40,000, and it was ridiculous. It took me forever to find this gold trash can." And like,
Should have gone to a Trump hotel.
right.
right?
gosh.
Just take one.
and like he was like really showing like his passion and his frustration for this building that he's been working
Yeah.
on for so long.
And then
As a guy who designs buildings professionally, details like that drive you insane.
Yeah.
Right.
And like you'll spend no time at all on major details that just go well, and then there'll just be that one thing that just sticks with you.
Right.
And it's like the faceplate for the light switches, or like something like that. And I know how much designers just obsess over that kind
Yeah.
of stuff and get stuck there.
Yeah.
And then just had the most normal conversation in one of the most not normal rooms I've ever been in.
Yeah, we were talking about Mexican food and weed.
Yeah, finding Mexican food in Nashville
And weed.
and weed.
So, 2 stories from cool moments of the Gibson Garage was when we were there, Andy Powers walks in right behind us, who head builder at Taylor. JC grabs him, and I watch Andy nerd out over the history of Gibson acoustics with him.
Yeah.
And watching, the passion that Andy has for design is apparent, but just how it's on his face and how he's just loving it. Also watching two of the biggest competitors, frankly, in that space.
Oh, sure.
Having camaraderie and sharing in the history and those kind of things. It's just, that's a really cool thing that you only see in this industry, really.
I thought it was really fun and really refreshing. And it's easy from the perspective of a cheap asshole that likes cheap crap to trash on Gibson. But I almost wonder if it felt a little weird. Every Gibson employee and every Gibson person that I ran into over NAMM and going to the Gibson Garage, like it almost seemed like they went out of their way to talk about other guitars from other brands that they liked.
Yeah. It
Like,
really felt
wasn't-
that way.
It wasn't this protective, like Gibson is the only brand, Gibson is the top brand, and that has been kind of cringy about their marketing for a while. Like Gibson is the authentic choice, and only
Plain
Gibson is good
authentic.
enough. And like it felt like they realized like that's not the way. The first thing that you're exposed to when you walk through the door of the Gibson Garage is they grab a map and they hand it to you, and it is a map of all the local guitar shops in the area. And they're like, here's a map, and there's everywhere else you can go, walking distance and driving distance from here in this area. So you can go you're here because you love guitars. Whether you
Yeah,
love
right.
Gibson or not, you're here to check it out. You're going to want to spend the day looking at everything else too. Here's a map, and it was a really cool vibe.
And I haven't verified this by checking all the shops, but I'm pretty sure not all of those shops are Gibson dealers either.
No.
So it's not like they cherry picked the Gibson dealers in Nashville.
Don't really remember seeing a lot of Gibsons at Carter's. Really at all.
There
I
was
saw
a
more
couple.
Epiphone.
Yeah, they've got a bunch.
There's a couple.
They've got a bunch along the walls.
Yeah, they got about a third of one.
But
wall.
Carter's
That's all Gibson's.
vintage. Like most of that stuff is used. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they have any.
I don't think they have any new
retail.
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything new.
They do.
Didn't
I
see
think.
any Gibson at
I
Fannies.
think.
saw
I think
some
they do.
Epiphones
The
and
first
Gibson,
room
like,
has the new retail on some pedals and stuff, don't?
Yeah, they do some
Like-
retail pedals.
but
They,
like and accessories, stuff like that. But that's something you don't want a used guitar
An
pick.
observation I had
Unless
at
it's from Billy
Carter's.
Sheehan.
Observation I had at Carter's was there were more pickups that you could buy there
Yeah.
from boutique manufacturers of pickups than there were pedals.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Well, they focus on
Mind
the
blowing.
actual guitar.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
so my other anecdote.
Carter's was freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really dug Carter's.
So the other anecdote I had of Ryan being a goofball and putting his foot in his mouth in a unique way, we're talking just in a group of us are just talking in the middle of the garage, and Mark comes over and just eavesdrops into our conversation and comments on something because you were gushing over an Epiphone
oh
that
yeah,
had amp controls in it, and he was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing." And Mark's just, "Oh yeah, it was this." And
yeah,
we're like,
he names the
he
model name.
walks into the conversation.
It was the most obscure Epiphone in the world.
Yeah.
To us, it looked like something that was pieced together. And you're a Gibson fan.
It looked like it was made up, like somebody like in their garage, like put all this junk together. It's an I can't even remember the name. I could look it up, but
it's like an Epiphone
Owl.
335 style thing, but had a single neck mini bucker, but it had amp controls on it
Yeah.
because you plug a 6-pin cable into it, and it comes with a proprietary amp that you can control the rhythm, the rate and depth of the tremolo and the reverb.
Reverb.
yeah,
Yeah.
and turn it
from
on and
the
off.
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It was
so Ryan,
so cool.
Wait, Mark, can you do that one more time? He gets out his phone to videotape it.
Because I want to include that clip of him
He-
saying
he
it in
wants
the
to include
video.
clip.
Yeah.
And so Ryan finishes the clip by going around the circle to show everyone who's hanging out, and he ghosts Brian Wampler in the process.
No, I'm like, oh, this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy's here. And when it comes to Brian Wampo, I like sweep over him. Like, yeah, no one else of note is really here.
Oh my god.
As you're telling, the conversation started from you telling Brian about the guitar too.
Brian's awesome. He
is.
knew I was being silly, and he knew that was the punchline.
It was good to see Brian.
So other shops we checked out, we hit Fannies, which
Yeah.
is a very unique store.
Super fun.
Yeah,
Super fun, quirky. They have a whole clothing section,
Yeah.
vintage clothing.
all vintage clothing. There's no new guitars or anything really new there, period. And they're all about affordable vintage.
I still feel really bad because I was so trash at the end of the day. I have no idea if anything I filmed there is redeemable.
Trash as in tired, not
Tired.
wasted.
Yeah, I wasn't
just
wasted
tired.
at all. We got wasted after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and another small world moment, we find a friend of mine from high school works there and kind of manages the shop, and she just showed up right as they closed, and she's like, "You're with Ryan?" We're all grabbing beers.
Right.
And so we all went and grabbed a drink, and she showed us this milkshake.
Dude,
Bushwhacker.
It was called the Bushwhacker. It's essentially an alcoholic frappuccino.
we each had two.
Yeah.
and they were amazing.
So
Three
dude,
Crows
we
bar.
got wasted off the first one, and then we were like, "Can we get another?"
Ian hands me the keys. I have to drive us home.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was
Yeah,
no.
each-
You didn't drive us home. We went straight.
We
to
went to Grant, and then
Yeah.
I had to
Then
drive
drunk.
home.
Yeah, because
where you guys messaged us, you're like, hey, so the whole big ear thing was kind of a myth. It was really fun because like everyone like.
Where did the rumor that said I canceled it start?
I don't
cancel
think
culture?
it was me, but
Emily just walks in. She's like, "Scott, you jerk! This doesn't cancel." And I was like, "What did I do?" That was my response.
oh yeah, no. So like it was pretty much was like the we know everyone thought it was going to happen. No one knew where it was going to be. Well, it was like kind of like a pop up thing. It was really cool because Grant and Karen during COVID have been very cautious people, and it was really great that to be included in the people that they allowed over at their house.
yeah.
So like that was the thing, and you can ask. You know, we talk about the Equits and Grant and Karen are two of the most wonderful human beings that
Yeah.
have
Oh
ever
my gosh,
been birthed.
sweethearts.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely
Incredibly
amazing.
I have
great
house
people.
envy. I love their house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went back today and I spent a good 4 hours with them today to film something.
That was
And I-
really cool being able to like walk in and see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys stopped
me
by
and
for a
Corey.
couple minutes.
Yeah, we swung in for like a few minutes, and Grant, he's like, you got to be in and out. We're recording stuff, and like it was really funny because Grant's great whenever when he gets on something and he wants to talk about it, he'll start talking about it, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna leave, and then Karen was started talking, so we're like trying to rush out the door because Ryan's working, and then we respect Ryan's, they're doing something, and
Since when?
Ryan has been nothing but professional on this trip, and you've done nothing but slag
Yeah,
him.
finally I'm cutting loose on this podcast, and you act like you're
impedes his
professional.
process.
well, at that point he was being somewhat professional, but
Thank you. We're making jokes, but thank you.
Yeah, but like that was really cool to go into Grant and Karen's.
Yeah.
like that
They're
was
such
that was one of my highlights.
legitimately
they're always
wonderful
one of my
people.
highlights.
Very welcoming home, and they're just
Absolutely.
fantastic people. Yeah.
But yeah, we all thought like it was just all of a sudden you guys message us. You're like, hey, it's on. It's at Grant and Karen's house, and we're like, yeah, we're not going. We already ate. Yeah, we were. Ian's like, no, we, ate
already
too.
ate. Yeah, that was your excuse.
That
Yes,
was
that was
that
it.
was
Like,
Scott.
oh, I don't
I was
need
I was
food anymore?
communicating for Scott in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chat because he was driving.
Because I was driving.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need food anymore, so I'm not going to hang out with the sweetest people in the industry.
Yeah, but the
I
joke
thought
was
you
we
were
were
legitimately mad at me.
no, we were already there. Like
I know that.
That was the
I
best
know
one.
that.
We had been there for
But I
a
spent
bit.
half an hour driving to Grant and Karen singing like, man, did I mess up stuff with Diaz? Like, did I go too far? I spent too much time talking about that. So
oh wow. Sorry, I didn't mean to play my games with you. It wasn't it at all. It was just fun for us. So
I think Diaz and I just need to have a deep combo.
When Scott got there, he was crying. Like he was like, what? He was trying to hide it, but like his eyes were red.
It wasn't doing well.
And he was like, yeah, hey guys.
No, it's just allergies.
and then he saw me and it turned into angry tears.
So
He's still a little worked up.
He's
I
just
can tell.
he's just a gentle giant, folks.
I ordered. So speaking of the thing that was ridiculous earlier, the gun, the massage gun.
Yeah.
So they were like,
Wait, did you actually buy that one, or did you just go to like Amazon?
I went to Amazon, but it's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Same controls, everything. Like
It's like
it's
$50 though. Right?
they were
Yeah.
they were aggressively offering massages to everyone that walked by.
They're like, sit down.
They had their chairs full every time I
Yeah.
walked by them.
Oh, Corey and I got a couples massage. It was great. Listen, no, funny story. So there's like 3 people. There's a woman and 2 gentlemen, and so I sit down. The guy was like, Corey's sitting down. The girl's doing it, and I sit down, and the guy's gonna start. And she goes, no. She goes, I'll do it. She goes, come sit over here.
This one's special.
Yeah, I was like, I felt nervous and excited at the same time. I was like,
boy.
it's been long since I've had the touch of a woman. But
Okay, last topic.
got it for
All right,
$50
last
table.
topic.
Yeah.
instead of $250.
Impulse buys of the week.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Nah, because
you
you
got
have the
the
best
biggest
impulse
one.
buy.
Okay, so this morning I decided I'm going to get up. I've never been to Eastside Music and I've never been to Rumble Seat Music. Neither were really a thing when I lived in the area. So I decided I'd come go over to Eastside Music. I get over there and it was really cool. You know, Emily Harris was over there. The folks from Working Class
Hold on, one second,
Musician are over there.
Ryan's gone. Hey guys, all right, so listen. So download the Effects Loop podcast and 40 Watt podcast. Just don't tell Ryan. All right, go on.
Subscribe from 60
Like-
Cycle Hum.
Like and subscribe us. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, so I go over to Eastside Music and you know Dogman Devices is over there. Bardic
Eastside has
Bardic
such a
Audio's over
collection.
there.
Particularly, they're
Yes.
amazing.
Native Audio's over. Like it's like a reunion of everyone that like on the first day of NAMM that I got to meet and hang out with. They're all
Yeah.
over there. So we're all talking. We're all hanging out, playing guitars, just chit chatting. You know, figuring out all the cool stuff that's laying around. And I decide that I am going to. I saw this one Les Paul,
We didn't do anything.
and I felt like I had been primed.
Wait,
I
Les
felt,
Paul.
I felt
You
like,
don't like Gibsons.
yeah, exactly. I feel like I had been primed all week for this. You know,
Mark poisoned your little brain.
on on Thursday I was
Wasn't
at
that drink that he gave you that suddenly like
Yeah.
yeah. So like you know went over to
subliminal advertising?
Yeah.
that goes
Carter
on in the
Vintage.
back room?
Some
Carter
kind of
Vintage played a
suggestive
60 Les Paul.
poison
We got to
in
play a
there.
59 and a Black Beauty and a 57 Gold Top at Gibson Garage. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, and It looks good. It looks really good. But at Eastside, they don't have any tags on stuff, so you have to ask them about it. And so I pick it up. I walk over to the counter. I'm like, okay, tell me about this. And they're like, well, it's a 2013 traditional Pro. It's been reliced by I can't remember the name of the guy who does it now, but he's a pro relic guy, really good. Looked at some of his other work on Instagram. He's fantastic. And I said, okay, what I really need you to tell me is that I can't afford it. And so they told me the price, and I was like, oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to go plug it in. If it sucks, it'll be fine. And it didn't suck. So if you're listening to this podcast, go check out my Facebook, and I might have some things
Ben's
for sale.
Was sitting on deck for like 10 minutes for you to finish
where'd
the
he
story.
go?
Now he's gone.
I think he might have taken a
Shoot your shot, dude. Come on.
Well, it's fine.
Oh.
No, it's okay. It's a Les Paul. It's heavy. It gets tired after a while. So yeah, I impulse.
Ben, where's the guitar?
I impulse bought a Les Paul.
We were gonna show the guitar. We've got video here.
Ben's sitting there waiting for 5-10 minutes, waiting for this story, just
Ready
holding
to
his guitar,
cue
waiting
up the
for his
guitar.
cue. And then he comes back and gets a drink, and we're like, Ben, what the heck?
I don't know. He's like, I was waiting on you guys.
Now this guitar almost
Next year, let's pay our producer. No more volunteers.
Should we fly in producer Gary?
I was supposed to be the producer this year.
I mean, producer Gary would be nice to have an extra air conditioner around.
So yes, I snagged this thing that. Yeah,
It's big on the screen right
yeah,
now.
I know it's so tiny. It's okay.
It's a beaut though. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So go over, look at my Facebook page. I'm probably got some
you,
stuff for
Vanna.
sale. Please buy it.
Fantastic.
The 40 Watts podcast.
Yeah. No. Philip Carter. You can find me on Facebook. It'll
Philip
be fine.
Carter podcast, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
40 Phillips.
40 Phillips. Oh, that's scary as shit.
40 Phillips with a Les Paul Watts.
No, seriously, like it was like $1,700, right?
Oh yeah. It was about 17.
It feels really cool. It's got a really
plays,
good look.
It plays great. Beforehand, we were all taking turns like messing with it. I got to spend a good few minutes with
Yeah.
it, and like it's one of those guitars too that like it's a Les Paul, but it has that worn in feel where whenever you play it, it's kind of like I don't know how to explain. I mean, it's like putting
classy.
on like it's like putting on like a comfortable pair of shoes. Like it
Right.
just feels right. You know,
It's like that your favorite T-shirt that you put on, and it's comfortable. You can't wear it out in public anymore because like holes in the neck of it.
Like
but-
your favorite underwear that has like the bands barely holding on.
Yeah.
But you just can't throw it away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
I have to apologize now. I wasn't going to tell you this, but I was playing it and it felt really good. You've seen Step
But it's a
Brothers,
fake.
right? You've seen
Oh
Step
no,
Brothers
no.
with Will Ferrell.
Brett, I saw
And-
you put your. Never mind.
And I unzipped my shorts.
Oh my god!
Right now, I've
No,
never-
no, no, no,
All right,
no,
all right,
no,
we're
no,
gonna back it up.
Right now, I've never been happier. I haven't seen a movie.
We're not talking about Brett Dick.
Thank you, Ben.
No, it's a cool
Thank
guitar.
Ben.
Ben, you're
Long
dismissed.
story short,
You're
job.
dismissed, Ben.
Thank
Thank
You
you.
can expect.
Wait.
Hey, leave the guitar though.
Everyone give Ben a round of applause at home. Thank you. Take this time.
Long story short, in about 9 months, there's going to be some little baby Les Pauls running around.
Anybody else impulse buy anything?
I bought the massage gun off of Amazon for $50 instead of $250. I said,
It's got that adjustable handle and the reach around attachment.
Ryan already admitted he's already found out what artist pricing is on a few things. So
Yeah, I'm going to buy that Silvertone. I just am.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just am. I also bought you guys breakfast.
that's true. No, you did.
Kind of an impulse buy.
So what's the name of the place?
Manel's.
Manel's. And so we
Oh
went there.
my God,
And
it's
so
so good.
we messed with Ryan a little bit because he went to the bathroom or whatever, and we had all of our meal tickets. You get a ticket and you have to pay, and we just set them all right in front of him. we're like, no, it'll be funny. And then he sat down. He just grabbed it like we were joking.
He
So
goes,
I was like, I look around the table, like, how many of you are in our circle? And like,
all of us, but like
all
one.
but one raise your hands. I'm like, I can get this. You're
Yeah.
gonna recoup it anyways.
So hey, inner circle members, thanks.
Yeah,
for helping
appreciate
us
that.
out and letting us eat.
But it was an
I
epic
bought
meal.
you
Like
dinner 3 times this trip, and you didn't buy me breakfast.
And he
'cause I
didn't
wasn't
even
there.
and he didn't even like help us with any content besides this.
Yeah.
And he's
Shut
like,
up.
Call this helping?
oh,
I was trying to get you guys to be on video anytime you were around.
oh my gosh, that was fun at Nutter Guitars. I got to sneak in. That was a lot.
Yeah,
of fun.
yeah.
So impulse buys, in massage gun for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like, I mean, like guitar stuff. I thought about maybe getting like a small something like a slide or something like that. But I think I might, before I leave town tomorrow, I might go by Carter, check out Rock Slide.
Yeah,
because
they have all of them.
well, I've always been interested by them, but I've always been a glass slide guitar player, and I've got the Derek Truck signature slide. I love it. It's great. I mean, and
as well. It's good.
yeah. So like I might go check that out. But yeah, I mean, the one cool thing I did get that I didn't buy that I thought was gonna be fun is the True Glide, which is a brass piece that goes behind the nut on.
Oh, yeah, you got to
the
put that
Gibson.
on your SG.
Yeah, well, so they say that to do it with new strings, don't put it on with old strings because apparently the way they've already been sitting, I don't know.
Just do it.
Well, someone actually posted in a Facebook group and they said that it didn't help at all.
He was saying it
And,
was
like,
the part of the string that winds around the post because the wind is so tight, it actually deforms the string.
Right.
And so, in order to like put the thing
you have to loosen
onto
it up, and that
you have to
deform
loosen-
part's going to come.
Right. Well, it backs the strings off, and now part of the string that has already been hardened, that is normally around the post, is out in open air and it can snap.
Which is why you should always have locking tuners.
Yep.
There you go.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
Well, here's the thing: if I had locking
I have
tuners,
them on all my guitars.
Yeah, I do enjoy locking tuners, but yeah, no, that was something that I picked up. I was pretty excited about getting that little freebie.
That was a cool product too. I mean, he also did the two-way expression pedal that I
Yes.
need to follow up with him
So-
and try to see if we can play with that.
If
That
you guys
was
remember, one time Ernie Ball did the volume pedals that it was up and down for volume, and I think left and right for expression or
Yeah.
something like that. And,
I thought that was Fender.
Yeah, that was
Or-
a Fender phaser thing.
Yeah.
well, but I think Ernie.
But I
Ball
think they did
it as
have
well.
it on Ernie Ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So a
okay,
lot of them.
okay,
This
okay.
but people have done it before, so this is really cool. I mean, it's the same thing for the most part, except for
It does MIDI.
it does MIDI.
Whoa.
Oh.
I didn't see that.
So yeah, like
Yeah, I missed that entirely.
Wait, you're telling me it does MIDI?
Well, I don't know. It's actually pretty cool.
My gosh.
He lives about 30 minutes from me, so him and I got to chat a little bit. And
Are you going to assault him with friendship as well, the same way Ryan did?
Well, we used to work in the same.
We
city.
will be friends.
You're coming to my house.
No, I like. Yeah. I'm
I'll
going to
force
dinner
feed you
tomorrow.
barbecue.
I'm going to
You'll
dinner at his
like
place
it.
tomorrow. He doesn't know about it, but I'll be there.
Diaz ordered the massager, and he ordered a battery pack to power it, and he ordered binoculars. And he's gonna figure out where he lives.
Oh my gosh, Derek! If you happen to see this, I'm sorry. But
Just sit in his car and like look through the windows. And
You Scott almost impulse buyed.
Oh.
You were telling me.
I'm
Almost.
There are
Yeah.
a few things I almost impulse bought this week, and some things I'm still considering. So, the Tajima that I fell in love with.
Yeah.
That hat from the hat store.
the hats.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the
I
hat.
saw
Hey,
pictures
listen,
of the hats.
I might have found my hat.
Yeah, get the hat.
I need to
Listen,
go back and
don't
buy
let
it.
the hat fool you. Hashtag trademark Terry Lee Ball.
All right. Yeah, another random store we went to. There's a store of just all hats, and
It was over by Carter's.
It was
fun.
fantastic.
I
fun shop.
fantastic.
Yeah, I have to go into hat stores every time because it's a blast, and I think these guys kind of underestimated
it
how
was a
fun it
great
would
hang.
be, and it was great.
yeah.
I want to backtrack a
I
little bit.
want a cowboy hat.
If I was a rich dude, I would have blown 20 grand at Carter's.
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
I was
Easy.
building a little. I was building a
I
little shop.
almost
Can I-
dropped some money at Carter's.
Like I was counting like each guitar was like, man, I would take this home,
Yeah.
and it was like 20 grand in guitars, and it would have been 3 guitars.
They actually have some real great players at around the $1,000 mark. Though.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
though.
Well, I'm
Like,
curious. Did you get to see anything that we might not have seen
At Carter's?
as normal
Yeah.
people?
There's always gonna be stuff you did not see at
The
Carter's.
thing that stood out to me
You
was
fell in love with a Gretsch.
that Gretsch, the green Falcon. Oh my
Oh, I
god,
didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
green Falcon Gretsch. I'm not even getting the details right now, but it was basically $10,000. So there's half of my imaginary shopping list right there. I really fell in love with this old Teisco Spectrum.
Yeah, we saw that one.
I've never had a
Yeah.
chance to play one before. And then what was the other one? Oh, a Mosrite Joe Maphis.
Yeah. That was super cool.
It was super cool. Well, I don't know if I would actually buy a Joe Maphis that's a double neck, but like it's cemented. Like I might need a Mosrite in my life.
I've got double neck. Like I want a double neck so bad.
I
Like
think I hurt my leg and my shoulder because I did a video where I played 3 double necks in one video,
Oh, jeez.
and I realized at the end of the video that I was basically flamingoing because they're so.
You know, you can get a massage gun.
They're so neck heavy that I realized I wasn't putting any weight on my right foot. It was all on my left foot. And like that evening, my whole right leg was like aching from me like balancing or something like that. And my left shoulder, while I was sitting at Grant's house, like hanging out, it started to like shake, like it was quivering. And I'm like sitting there like, why is my whole
It had
side of
that
my
effect
body
on men.
quivering? And then I realized that like Diaz was like whispering in my ear.
Whispering sweet nothings.
Yeah.
Just I was like, aim small, miss small.
Inside joke.
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of one.
So while we
How
were
long has this
recording, I
podcast
did
been running?
2 hours.
2 hours. This is gonna be like a 2
Hey,
part.
I'm going to split this thing in half, and I'm not going to have to record this week. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I bought a rock slide while we were at Carter's because.
Okay, so hold on. If you want to hear the rest of the episode, go to the effects loop, and we'll put the whole thing up.
There you go. Good plan. No, good plan.
Yeah.
we should
Don't steal that.
And then I didn't buy it, but I'm walking home with a set of JH audio in-ear monitors because I think
Because out of all people, you needed to win them.
yeah.
Well, no, and there is a legitimate that because what do you use right now for in-ears?
I have Shure SE 425s.
The Wish.com ones?
No, the real ones.
Oh, okay. That was a real
That's a
big callback.
callback.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh! But I mean that's something that like you've talked about something. You usually are pretty standoffish because you're a sure guy and like you use them and they work great for you.
I have a great professional relationship
Yeah.
for like my day job with Shure. So like
You didn't
Brand
want to
loyalty.
spoil that?
when you're an industry professional, they're
okay.
really good about swag
That's pretty
around
cool.
the holidays.
That's pretty cool industry professional.
yeah.
Industry hashtag professional. Yeah.
Anyway,
So what do you do for a living, Scott?
He's an industry professional.
So Ian did his tour of all the in-ears, which we'll probably talk about in a second here.
Sure.
And then so he's over there and they're like, oh yeah, they're running a contest. We should all sign up. And I'm pretty sure we were the entirety of the people. that
Probably.
signed
Yeah,
up
I think
there.
so.
Just our
wow.
group of people.
Yeah.
It was,
There's like
summer-
5
This
people on
summer
the
now
list.
was a good opportunity to sign up for contests.
But there was
Yeah.
only a few.
Yeah,
like,
there
a
weren't many
handful.
people doing them.
Siren pedals. I
Yep.
put mine.
There was an Amazon gift card
Oh my gosh, those are really.
for like $100.
See, you could have made
you could
money
have
getting
gotten
the
2 massage
massager.
guns. That's 2 of them.
All right, so we looked these up. So these are the Jimmies from GH
Yeah.
Audio. So they
they're
retail
really
for
cool looking.
$1,100.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're really
So how
cool
many
looking.
massage guns is that, Diaz?
Oh my gosh, that is 2,200 massage guns.
2,200. He just said.
Diaz can only do math when it's
Five-
massage
That was-
guns and cake.
That's what cake is, right? Cake is just pi squared.
He can tell you the surface area of any cake just by eyeballing it.
It's in Rain Man like
Like,
level.
you know, you see.
Did you just get your
like,
calculator?
I was curious. I mean, it was a legitimate question. That's 20. That's
No,
22
you were so-
cakes.
That could have been really good. You,
You
said 2,200 instead of 22.
You got 20. You can get 22 cakes. They're $50 cakes. They're great cakes.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
3-tier cakes.
You know what? You're.
Sober Ryan asked me to remove this joke.
I'm going to edit this out of my podcast.
Oh my gosh,
fault.
it's a safety issue. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to your react video to that because
You won't see it. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, all right, let's move forward.
impulse buys. Or
Well,
purchases.
so we can talk about the in-ears. I wouldn't call it an impulse buy because that was the one thing, if any, that I.
I mean, if you're buying-
I
if you're-
kind of planned to get them.
As far as impulse buys go, like I usually go for like a Vibrolux or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Something. Yeah.
I'm talking impulse responses. That's
I
a
think
really
it's-
bad joke.
I don't know about the Lux part of it, but I think the Vibro is definitely in your impulse buys.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. These are a series
good.
of really terrible jokes, and they weren't worth making.
Sponsored by
This.
Oh yeah, we did our
Bye.
sponsorships.
So we have our.
this really terrible.
We talked.
series of
No, we
jokes.
said it earlier. But yeah, this episode's sponsored by.
It's what our producer
Why-
tried
like-
to tell us earlier, and y'all
Yeah,
told
yeah,
him
but
he interrupted.
I said it first thing when you were on the episode. You weren't paying attention.
Electromotive effects.
Someone
No.
just texted me and said we should definitely wrap this up at some point for
Yeah,
editing
so-
purposes, and then someone else said this is the end. That sounds ominous. Are these texts coming from this table?
Yeah, we like talking to each other so much. We're recording ourselves talking to each other while texting each other.
Philip, I still really think it's cute that you think we're going to edit this podcast.
Yeah, he's like for editing purposes. I was like, there's a porpoise around here? What's going on?
Okay, all right. Let's let him answer the question.
This series of bad jokes sponsored by.
Back on track. Please continue where we interrupted.
There's no track where we are anymore.
We were talking about impulse buys, but honestly, that I came down knowing that I wanted to look at in-ears, and this is one of those great opportunities, especially with something like ears. To test a bunch of them back to back.
Well, even then, in the prices.
Oh yeah, and a lot of them had great deals. I mean, with the exception really of West Tone that really didn't seem like they were ready to see customers. I mean, I
mean,
tried
when they're
out 5 or
ready,
6 brands.
when they're finally ready for NAMM, maybe we'll consider buying West Tone.
Can I listen?
When they're ready for the show.
Hold on. I do want to point out really quick one thing that was really cool in the in-ear world was FIR, F-I-R.
Yep.
So it's 2 of the brothers that came from the 1964 or 64 audio family, and they are doing their own thing, and that was pretty cool. Prices are up there. They are, but
Up there with a pause.
I
I think
basically
their lowest model is like
ruled that one out.
1600.
Yeah, I ruled that out.
You can spend so much on in-ears now.
It's crazy. It's become like an.
Remember when there were like the $50 pair of in-ear buds, and like we were like, no.
No, that's too much.
I'll use my Apple iPod like earbuds. So,
But you got molded and.
Oh yeah. I ended up getting a pair of JH Audio. I think it was JH10X3s. So I tried about 5 or 6 different brands and did another lap after trying them and was really, really happy with the JHs.
Great people there. They're really cool.
fantastic.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun, and Corey was with me as I was bouncing around, and we spent a lot of time at the JH booth, and I eventually got my my molds down there, and just for him kind of hanging out the whole time, they gave him a T-shirt, and he's like, "Hey, you earned this one," because clearly you're just tagging along. And
Of all swag.
all I got was 5 Rev hats.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I went to Summer NAMM and all I got were these freaking Rev hats.
So I hope no one from Rev hears this because I'm gonna feel really bad. So Rev had their swag. It was a hat, and it was just sitting there on a rack, unguarded.
Unguarded. So that means they're free, right?
Look.
Oh my god.
Rev
They want you to
Rev.
steal.
Derek.
left out 5
Derek,
hats.
I'm not associated with these assholes.
No. Rev
I'm talking to my Rev friend.
I'm giving
Imagine you're an asshole.
Rev left out those hats. We're happy to give them back.
Yeah.
But
They don't
it's
want
gonna
your
cost
hats
them.
back.
It's going to cost
Oh my
you.
god.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost them.
Where are we at? Good night, everybody. We're done.
Brett, did you buy anything?
I did not buy anything.
All right, that's the end of the episode.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
No, for real.
Thanks to Big Ear Pedals.
Thanks to Big Ears for hosting us. Thanks
Yes.
for Equits for hosting
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Here.
Equits guitars.
Thank you for
Ridiculously
all the
gracious.
Thank you for all the patrons who, frankly, you get the support of shows.
Yeah.
And our sponsors has let us come here and do this.
Yeah.
This was one of our most funded trips through this, and that made us able to do a lot of different kind of things here. That made it a lot of fun.
It takes the stress off.
Yeah.
And it
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully this gives back because all the connections we make, all the good content,
The friends.
all the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
all the moves we made.
The
Every move
restraining
you
order
make.
I'm taking out against Diaz as soon as this is over.
Every-
It pays for all of this.
Every step we take, every move we made,
I'll be watching you.
we were namming for you.
We were watching for you.
So with that, thanks for enduring all 2 hours of this.
Split. Yeah.
I'm gonna split this in half.
Yeah. So
This is me giving myself a week off from podcasting. Thanks, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. For real. So for the effects loop and
60 cycle hum.
And 40 Watt Podcast, y'all remember to be good to yourselves, be kind to each other, and make some noise.
oh, that's
That's
not
the king of the
what
outro.
heck? Can we just steal that for our podcast every once in a while?
That's trademarked. Sorry.
Hashtag trademark Terry Lee Bolton.
And I'm just
TM.
happy to be here.
That's
I think-
intellectual
I think
property,
the only
guys.
thing we created was like a slogan for Stringjoy that they don't use.
Yeah. Sound better, play butter.
Yep.
I wonder why they don't use it.
I can't imagine.